Yeah, muffin talk. Muffin talk. Muffin talks. Bringing healing to those who need it most.
What kept you going during the times, during being sick, and
Ooh.
what keeps you grounded now?
Well, I think life in general keep you grounded. If you open your eyes and look around,
Yeah.
my family was second to none. If I didn't tell them that I was going through this, I don't think I would have went to the second treatment.
Oh, wow.
Because maybe the second or third, because I always thought to myself, why do people with go chemo? Like, you need it. Like, why would you do that? I will never ask that question again.
Yes.
I will never ask it. When somebody says they have decided that they
Not
no longer
to do
want
it,
treatment,
yeah.
I will not pass judgment. And I ask people to not pass judgment because chemotherapy is hell. And I pray to God that they find a different way to
Treat people.
It's not something that you can't get through, but it hurts and it breaks you down. But I pray that I pray for treatment to continue for other people. And people like to paint a pretty picture, but I know people are just trying to help us. And I appreciate it. And I'll try to help somebody else. But it's just so much to it, it's so much to it. I don't even know the whatever. But in my family was the reason. I asked them. I said, I'm about to go through this. It's getting ready to be hard, but I want you to come around me still. I laugh and joke. Please come around me, laugh and joke. I don't care if I'm here, if I'm asleep, awake, or whatever. Please come around me. If I know it's scary, don't shun me because of this. Please walk with me through this. And they did that. When I tell you we like to joke and laugh, after every treatment I had, we went for a walk. And that's what got me,
Oh, wow.
because they would come and visit me. I remember my aunties coming, all right, so you got to get up. That was the thing, making me get up because I didn't want to move. Leave me alone. So it's like, come on and walk. I don't care if I couldn't walk, that far. I was like, okay, I'm done. Or my auntie I was hard to eat. She would make me a turnip soup. And I don't know what God put in turnips, honey, but it helped my stomach.
My mother has a miracle potato soup.
Come on now, Mom.
Yeah.
So the family, it helped because it's like we are here and they didn't disappear on me. They came as they are. So my silly cousins, if they would have came around me like, that would have freaked me out. Or if my son wouldn't have come to me as my son.
Right.
Like, that wouldn't work with me. Like, come to me with all your craziness. Let me still be your mother because I'm still fighting to be who I am. Don't treat me any different. And that's the way I made it. So how about yourself?
I would say the thing that kept me going the most was just that I knew that it was a ton of people praying for me because I don't think I would have made it without that.
Right.
There's a man from my church that would come and sit every time I had chemo. Mr. Ed was at chemo with me. Just people just praying. I knew there were a lot of people praying for me.
Amen.
I knew it.
And you felt it.
I'm not a Bible scholar.
Right.
I don't always read the Bible like I should. I teach the kids at church when church is open. But, I know I could do better, when it comes to my religion and when it comes to, my faith walk. But I just know it was prayer. I just know it.
Something that I thought of when I was going through this, and I would say to myself, God, I am being healed not because of a Bible verse that I read, not because of a song that I sang, not because of a church I went to. I am being healed because I believe. God is not judging me for what I didn't read and what service I didn't go to. It's like my faith has to be like bulletproof. Like, don't come to me over here talking about, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
So it's like God loves us so much. He's not like we would be like, oh, you want me to heal you? When the last time you read my Bible?
Right.
Like, he's not like that. And God is not like that, and I'm so glad, because none of us are what we should be.
Right.
Even a pastor is a
Right.
person.
Right.
And so it's like, I knew God, I learned God in a different way. So that ain't what you asked, but I just had to say that.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
all right,
Definitely.
is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. All right. Girl, I start talking. What's one thing you wish people knew about cancer or the treatment of cancer?
One thing I wish people knew. I don't know. Honestly, something you said earlier about, not judging people when or if they decide they don't want the treatments anymore. Or, if someone says, I don't even want to start the treatment. I just don't want to do it at all. Because, that's us being selfish. But like you said, chemo is a beast.
It is.
The first time, when they did my first treatment, I was like, okay, it was bad, but I'm good. They sent me home, and then I get a phone call, and they're like, oh, you got to come back. I don't know if it was like 2 days later or the next day. And I was like, huh? So I go back, and as soon as they started it,
You felt it.
oh my God. They had to keep stopping because I had to keep, going to the bathroom. I was throwing up. I could not function. And I'm like, what in the world? It wasn't like this when I was at the hospital. When I was at the hospital, it was good.
Yeah.
But as soon as they, sent me home, and then I came back for that next treatment, I'm like, oh my God. So, yeah, that's something I want people to know. Like you said, don't pass judgment, because it is rough.
It is.
It is definitely rough.
You can make it, but it's rough.
Yeah, you can make it, but it's rough. And don't allow people to make you think that there's nothing wrong with you when there is.
Girl.
Because that's my thing.
Yeah.
I was in stage 4 when they detected it, when they finally diagnosed it.
Yeah.
The look on that emergency room doctor's face. And then when I had to go in for the emergency surgery, she walked in the room, and I was like, it's you again. And she said, wait, oh. And she just
See?
again.
See?
Here we are, meeting again.
Well, I hope she's
She was like, I hate that every time I see you, it's like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, the look on her face, and she was just like, you can't go. When she said you can't go home,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I knew it. I knew it. But that's the thing. You have to be persistent. You have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Because just think, if after going to the gastro clinic, I stayed home and waited 3 months until they were ready to give me I wouldn't have been here.
It would be too late. Yeah.
3 months would have never come.
Right. I'm glad that you had the mother that said, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm without words. Like, that is something that the way that all unfolded, like, thank you, God, that you went.
Because who knows how long it had been growing.
And I pray for people who don't have the advocate to push them. Imagine how many, especially Black women, are just in pain, and we just thinking you'll be all right.
You'll be okay.
Because we know how to make it, do what we got to do. So I don't know. My heart is just, I don't know. I think for myself, what I would want somebody to know is that when October rolls around, everybody is not, I don't know how to say this the right way, so y'all need to edit this, y'all let me know. But when October runs around, Pink and Save the Tatas gets on my everlasting nerves.
I'm sure.
Because breast cancer, if breasts were the only thing, if my breasts was the only thing
that was affected,
I would be a different person. I don't even think about my breast. Breast cancer affects everything. And you can't, there are people who are dealing with it coming back in different places, but they're still calling it breast cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think people realize that. So I think I have been I have been really adamant about sharing with others that when October comes around, that we are aware that there's more to it than pink and saving tatas.
It's not the pink holiday.
Right, it's not the pink holiday. I don't put that banner up, save the tatas, around me, because that sexualizes it.
Right.
And I just want people to be more aware of what they're saying. And I love the color pink, and it took me a while to get back into wearing it. There would be times where I did some functions, and I was like, do not make my flyer pink. I don't want to see, because I don't want that to be associated with it.
Right.
And it took me a while to even want to wear it again. I have 2 pink jackets that I barely touch, but I'm getting back into it. But yeah, that's my thing. I want people to know that, don't get so caught up in the sensualization of breast cancer just because it's of the boob.
Right.
And
because
make
it can affect your
your
whole
body, and not just women. So just to be more aware of how I think people are not coming from a bad place. But when we post, oh, I'm posting for breast cancer.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
This is not a lollipop. Like, what are you talking about?
Pink holiday.
Right. Like, I'm about to do this. Like, somebody asked me to do something, and I know she meant good and well. She meant very well. She wanted me to participate in something for breast cancer, but I would promote it, and then she would get a percentage off of something, and I never did. Like, she did not mean anything bad, but people just need to be more aware of what they're doing.
Right.
It's sensualization of I think that's the right word, sensualize. I don't know, but you know what I mean. One of them lizations of something in October. That's what I mean. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you ever worry that you'll go through this experience again? Of course.
Girl, it is something that stops me because I have been working on how I speak over my body and how I think over my body. It is a war of knowing things and calling things that are not as though that, that whole thing. It is a mind trip, though, to watch people who walk through it initially with you now going back through it. And I know that God loves me just as much as he loves them. So it's not that that there's something about me that God is just like, I'm gonna keep you all right.
Right.
It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. So I am always aware of it. I do my very best that when those triggers come, that I just kind of breathe and really, I don't ignore it, but I just try my best to remind myself that I'm doing the very best for my body, that I am healed and I am, that I am well, and that dis-ease is no longer in a part of me. I don't even use the term, remission over my body. I know that is a term. I don't use that term because it means it's a chance to come back. So there's different things that I personally am working on within myself.
Right.
So that I can walk around and not be in fear, because it's definitely scary.
Yeah.
So how about yourself?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. Anytime I get an ache or pain, feel a lump or bump, because with my cancer, and just like yours, it can affect your lymph nodes as well. So I got a bump right here that I'm constantly rubbing. Like, oh my God, what is this? But the doctor says it's nothing. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think about it all the time, and I've gotten to the point now, which is probably not good, but I've gotten to the point now a lot of times when I do have an ache or a pain, or when you know, I get a cough and I'm like, oh, that's how it started before. I had a bad cough. Or, you know, my stomach starts hurting. But I'll just keep it to myself. Because like I said before, you know,
You don't want them to be afraid.
that, and I don't want anybody to feel like I'm, you know, attention seeking or, you know, wanting sympathy.
Right, right. I would understand how that would feel. Yeah.
And, you know, they give you those time stamps. Like, you know, I've been told that, you know, after 2 years with and I don't know if it's the same for you.
It's 5.
Okay, after 2 years with, you know, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, that, you know, it's less likely. It's less likely to come back if you, you know, you make it over that 2-year hump, which I've made it over the 2-year hump, you know. And I don't know, I guess I do let that fear stop me from doing a lot of things that I should be doing. Things I should be pursuing for myself. I kind of, I don't know, I let things stop me, you know.
Understandable. Understandable as to
Gotta
why.
keep this job. You gotta have the health insurance. You cannot, you know, not have health insurance.
Right, that's unfortunate.
Because what if it comes back?
Right. Yeah. Last question.
Okay.
What advice would you give to anyone who received a diagnosis, say the same
Diagnosis as me. I would say don't allow that diagnosis to just completely take over your life. Don't let it take over your mind. Don't let it just take over. Because I guess in one instance, maybe I did, but in another instance, I didn't. Because like I said, when I would go to chemo, I always, you know, had a smile on my face. I didn't, you know, I didn't just let it just kill my spirit. So that would be my advice. Do not allow it to just kill your spirit. Be hopeful.
Yeah.
You know, have faith that even though this time is really rough, you're gonna get through it. You can get through it. You can, and come out on the other side.
Yeah.
The same person, a new person, somewhere. I'm somewhere in between.
Right. That's honest.
I'm definitely somewhere in between. Because that's one thing that I told the therapist. I was like, you know, I feel like I'm supposed to be a brand new person now. I said, I feel like I'm supposed to be way better. I'm supposed to be a better wife. I'm supposed to be a better mother. I'm just supposed to be this brand new person. And he said, why do you think that? You're not supposed to feel like that. Why do you think you're supposed to be brand new? I said, I guess because I almost died.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm supposed to be, you know, when I come back, I'm supposed to be brand new.
Yeah. And I
don't feel brand new.
Right.
I feel like after it was all over, you're better now. Go back to work. You know, take care of the kids. Do this, do that, do this. So that's, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But don't let it take over. And I'm being a punk.
No, you're not. You're being a real person. I think for me, I guess I would say that how someone who got the same diagnosis as myself, I would say feel how you feel.
Right.
Feel your feelings. And if you are mad, be mad. If you want to cuss at the wind, cuss at the wind. If you want to feel through it, feel how you feel and that your feelings are valid. If it's scary, you don't have to turn into this superwoman and be like, I am going to beat this today, because that takes time. And then I'd also say, you know, learning from my own experience, because I have been dealing with that as well, feeling like, you know, after I just went through that, why am I feeling this way? Like, if I can handle that, God knows I can handle. And if I can handle being bald-headed, I had a whole bunch of hair. And if I can handle being bald-headed in this world, why did I start developing feelings of not feeling like I would look good.
Exactly.
That is the craziest thing, because I looked at some old pictures of me, how bold I was. I'm talking about ashy dry. The kind that lotion can't get.
Can't fix.
Lotion can't get.
That's how it gets.
Aquaphor is close.
That's how it gets.
I'm talking about the way I was looking. If I could feel like that, how dare I put myself down when I had started getting them sprigs back up on my hair, and I just wouldn't take a picture. That's just strange. So I would say to the person, feel how you feel. Don't give into the pressures to become something different. You could be. I've heard the stupid. I'm sorry. This is how I feel. I've heard the stupid sayings sometimes that you got this cancer, not to me, but to other people. God needed to sit you down, or God needed to show.
Goodness.
God could have just tapped me on my little knee and told me.
Right.
That ain't how God works. You know, that is not God. I don't have all the answers as to why this is happening to whoever this person is. I don't have the answers. And I'd say you don't have to find them answers. Sometimes maybe there is no answer. But I'd say hold on to your faith in God, and learn who God is for you.
Right.
And really just lean into it, and really develop your own journey. This is your journey. It's not like mine.
Right.
It's not like yours.
It affects
if you don't want to go, I knew
a
somebody who
different
went to chemotherapy. She was made up every day, and that is her. Man, I applaud. I went looking really close to this. No makeup. Oh, I ain't even had no earrings. I did have my hat. I had on my little jogging pants. That was just me, because I'm a very comfortable person.
Right.
But do what you do. But in all that you do, just know you can get through it. So.
Right. What are you most grateful for?
That's a loaded question. I am grateful for the small things.
Okay.
Sometimes I sit and I stare at my son, and I am so thankful that I get to pick him up and take him places. I am so thankful that I get to sit at a dinner table with my family. I'm so thankful that I get to go outside and feel the sun on my body. I am so thankful for moments of not feeling pain. I'm thankful for the air. I find myself, I sit outside and I'm just thankful. God, thank you for this experience of being here. People don't really realize that, you think that money, like, God, if I just had money, I'd do this, but money cannot buy your health. If I was rich as Oprah, it wouldn't have made my cancer go away.
Right.
So when you get on the other side of that, you're like, God, I just thank you, because it hurt me to the core when I was too sick to take my son to school. That's my child.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
So to be able to be here, I hear people complaining about, oh, girl, I'm just so tired. I got to go here, got to go there. But in my mind, I'm like, girl, thank God. So that's how I feel. I'm just thankful to be here, for real, as myself. How about you?
I have to learn how to be more like you, and aware of everything that I still have that possibly could have been taken away in the blink. If my diagnosis had been different, there's a possibility that I would still be doing treatment.
Yeah.
Right. There's a possibility I could have been on dialysis, right now. I guess the thing I am most grateful for now, my family, my children, my husband, my mother, my cousins, my grandparents, everybody and everything. Because, like you said, I was bald as a baby bird within a couple of days' time. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, my new hair.
It looks good, girl.
I'm grateful for my new hair.
Yes,
because
ma'am.
my kids are always saying, "Mommy, how is it that your hair is like that? Why, I want my hair to be like yours." I'm like, this is my new hair. Okay? Don't hate.
Don't hate.
Don't be
hate.
jealous. This is my new hair.
All I done told the people, honey, as long as when put some wind behind that. Put some wind behind that W when you say it. When my hair, when it touch here, girl,
it's over.
I'm just gonna be turning to
Don't
the right
even
and
talk
to the
to me.
left.
Don't talk to me.
And I'm so attached to. I'm so excited about that because when I've heard people say it's just hair, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me because that's an unnatural thing for your hair, your long healthy hair to come out from the root. That's unhealthy.
Root.
So to know that my hair is growing back, it's a sign that my cells and everything is just a magnificent thing to watch.
Right.
And let me go back to that one thing about the person whenever they have to go through the process of losing hair, that feel those feelings.
Yeah.
And don't let somebody just tell you that it's just hair.
Right.
No, we are not our hair. We are not. But that hurts. It hurts in a different way.
Yeah.
And it will come back. And just hold on. So yeah, that was hard for me. But yeah, I'm glad that I got a chance to meet you.
You too.
And
me too.
your story is very, very. I will never forget it. I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers for real. And I say that, people be lying, that be the prayer, but I promise you, I'm definitely going to pray and keep you in my thoughts and prayers because your journey is something that makes me want to just be quiet if I wanted to complain because that's something.
I say that about people too.
Right, and I think that's why
and I say the same because you're still, going through it. You're still, like you said, you go and get a shot.
I get a shot once a month. I gotta get one next week.
See?
Yeah, so it's it's an ongoing thing, and I'm very thankful that we got a chance to exchange stories, and I know it makes me feel like I'm less alone out here in this world.
Exactly.
For me to be able to say, why do my legs feel so heavy when I get ready to move, and you say me too. Like people wouldn't know that from just knowing me because I don't present that way, and it's not hiding. It's just that I just don't. That's just not who I am. But sometimes it's been hard to move. So I'm just thankful to meet you, and I'm very encouraged. And thank God for your mother who made you go, and your husband and your children. I'm just thankful. And that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you've been moved by our work and would like to help fuel us on our journey, please visit us at muffintalks.com to support.